a really frustrating trip for us to come all the way out and hang in the game. We didn't play very well, complimentary at all, and but to have a chance to to be right there at the end. I'm really proud of the way these guys keep battling and fighting hard and doing what we need to do to hit the heck out of people and make things happen when we get a chance. But the results just aren't coming, man. We can't get these games won, and I'm not accepting it, and I'm not taking a sideways step. I'm not stepping anywhere but forward, and going to keep driving to get the very next chance we get and go get a win and get going. And I don't expect these guys at any time to do anything but that. I want to keep just stepping forward and keep moving and battle our way through it. It's been really frustrating, obviously, but just not accepting. We're just going to keep going.
What's wrong with the offense?
Well, it's pretty clear that we're not. It's just. I'm sorry, but it's the third downs don't let us go. That's just such an obvious issue for us that we're not converting. Now we didn't run the ball well at all tonight, but it's just there's so few plays that every single play counts so much, and we're just not getting it going.
We've seen Russell miss throws that he just typically does not miss. What do you make of that?
The film doesn't lie, we're missing some stuff, and I don't see indications of that in practice as we're going, and so I got to go look at the film. We can talk about all the different throws that didn't get where they're supposed to go, but I don't know what to make of it other than the fact we got to keep battling and keep trying to figure it out. I felt like we had some guys open tonight, with some chances, and unfortunately we didn't hook it up.
Where's that two-point play supposed to go?
Where's it supposed to?
Yeah,
It can go to a number of guys. It depends on how the space opened up. Guys came off the field thinking that Tyler got grabbed on that play. I don't know what happened on that one, but I can't tell you exactly because I need to see the film.
What was your explanation on the onside kick the first time?
We need another guy outside the hash mark, and we didn't line it up right.
From the middle?
On the offside, you have to have the number of guys outside the hash mark and the numbers, and we had. I don't know when we work on it all the time, but we didn't line up right. So it was just an alignment error.
What did they do defensively to shut down the run? And it wasn't until
It's
really
playing good. They're not over trying with their scheme. They're just playing good base defense and making it stand up, and kind of just daring you to run the ball at them, and we couldn't do it. We thought we'd be much better than that tonight.
Do you think Russell Wilson's back anywhere close to what he can be was?
Well, the results aren't showing that. The results of the way we're playing, it isn't showing up. So, he's got to do better. We all got to do better. I felt like we pass protected okay tonight. Did we give up one sack tonight? One, yeah, two. Yeah, I thought we protected pretty well, but we just didn't hook it up.
DK didn't have a target in the first half, or
It's
they
not 'cause
taking him away.
It's not because we weren't trying to look into him and trying to get that ball to him. He's involved with all of the calls, but sometimes the coverage gets in the way of it, and you got to go other places. You got to make the right decision there. And at this point, I can't tell you that we overlooked him. In those situations, I think they did a nice job at times, but he's certainly part of everything that we're calling.
Was Collins and Dallas less of an option because Collins was beat up? Or was there?
No, we just tried to see if something would spark, with the other guy.
What did you make of the defense in the second half for 3 third-down stops and then the goal line?
This team is just loaded with heart and hang in there in belief. They're believing that we're going to win. They believed all the way till the second onside kick we were going to win the game. That's if without that belief they couldn't fight like that. But to fight and hang on and to give us a chance, and we had to go 96 to get it done. But you can see why they do fight, because we did, and they have that belief based on our history. I thought it was a really, really good night of playing defense. The third downs weren't bad. They ran the ball 43 times, because they could, and we weren't making any, first downs on the other side, so they could be patient in that regard. But those guys were just tough as nails to keep hanging. The hits were all over the field. Quandre's hit was enormous, the big play that Jamal gets the pick, but they're all over the field. Brooksy and Bobby and our guys were getting after it.
Do you, I guess, just kind of where the team is mentally and things like that? I mean, you worry about it? Where it's
Yeah,
gonna
but
be?
we're just trying to hang to the next opportunity, you know, and go to the next day and the next step that we take, and that's why I'm you know, what it feels like is this, there's no room to accept what's going on. We just have to keep striding and going, and I've told them that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to expect that they'll continue to do that too. I know they will, but it stinks, you know, it really does. It stinks.
Near
It's
the end
like
of the
this.
first half, you had the two penalties, defensive penalties, Ugo, the hold, and Rasheem with the late hit. What did you think of those?
I didn't see what you guys saw a better look than I saw. I didn't get a chance. I know Rasheem was trying to not land on the guy, and just exactly the way we practice it. So, but you know, I don't know. They just all kind of happened right in a row, you know. Jeez, amazing.
What do you make of Rasheem's block in return?
Oh yeah, what a great! You know, we put such pride in that group taking their shots every chance we get. It's really important to us to show great effort. He has been phenomenal all year long, and always going and always, you know, making the effort. And he's been close so many times that it's just fitting that he finally got one. But to pick it up and run and do it all, man, what a great moment! And it was a great play for the game. You know, it gave us that, you know, that chance to tie the thing up and. It's a rare play that happens, but it was a great effort, and the guys were so fired up for him.
You mentioned Rasheem doing everything that he's taught to do in that play. Do you think that's something that is on the back of the mind of pass rushers as they're going after quarterbacks right now? You know, worried about getting called for just hitting the quarterback?
There's no doubt. I mean, there's been for a long time, but even, you know, in the last couple of years, the landing on the guy, and we work on it. You know, I mean, our guys know. We show it all the time. That's why he did it. I need to look at it again and see how clean he was at getting off if he did it soon enough. But I know he made the effort to demonstrate that we get the rules. We get it. And so here's what he's trying to do in the situation. That sometimes things happen that you can't avoid. You know, in the hits. But if you're mindful enough to demonstrate that you get it, you know, I wish they'd give us the benefit of that, but it didn't happen. So
Benson's play.
I don't know that's a bad call.
Benson's,
I'm not saying this. I don't even know if it is. But I just know that what he tried to do.
Benson's play in particular, when he had an opportunity to sack Heineke when he was scrambling, it looked like that was one of those situations where he was trying to hold up a little bit.
I don't know that, but I mean, it's a new day now. This isn't like football used to be. It's a new day, and we have to have a mindfulness of the considerations that, you know, why these rules are posted the way they are. And I mean, we're not a highly penalized team. We're not. That's not happening. To get 3 in 4 plays, you know, we're averaging 5 penalties a game. You know, and so it's just pretty odd that, you know, we screwed it up like that. But we're working really hard to understand how to play the game the way it's supposed to be played. I'll give you a great example. Look at the hit that Quandre makes. I mean, it's a phenomenally timed hit, and he's been thrown out of games for hitting guys the way football used to be played, and he's worked really hard to be a shoulder, you know, head out of the hits and lead with your shoulder. It's a phenomenal play. That's the way football's supposed to be played, and it's exactly the way, you know, it's taught, and guys have to learn instinctively. It's not the best way to hit a guy, you know. And so he learned to hit it, a great play, and you get a turnover. So that's an illustration of new awareness, you know, that the guys have about rules and safety and all that, which are all warranted and good.
Have you asked the rest why he looks one way in the games versus how he looks in practice, and if so, what does he say?
No, I haven't asked him.
Jordan Brooks, what do you think of his game?
I don't. I need to see the film. I thought he made a lot of plays. I thought he missed a couple tackles too. So I'm not sure how it all went. All in all, I got to watch the film.
How concerned are you that you might lose them now? They might look at the
That's not going to happen. I don't think, Greg. I just don't feel like that. I know these guys too well. I know I know their heart. They know my heart, and we've been battling for a long time together. And we've got the leadership that there's just no room for that to happen. We're going to play for the pride of it, and we're going to play for the people that we are. We're going to represent, and I don't know how else to look at it but that way.
What was the thought process of going with Kyle Fuller instead of Phil Haynes in left guard today?
He's been playing all year. You know, he started a bunch of games for us. The communications, the continuity of it all, it just totally makes sense to do it that way.
With Russ, what does that tell you about him as a player? That, you know, maybe it's not his best game, he's struggling, missed some throws, and then it's 96 yards, 2 minutes, no timeouts.
It's classic, you know. The last thing I was pumping him up before he went out, he said, "We've done this before." You know, that was the last thing he said before he went on the field to go take care of that drive, and all those guys came through, made those catches, and we protected them well in that sequence, all of that, and then we came through with the big play. So but that's kind of what we expect. That's why we have that belief. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Pete. You talked a little bit about the return on the block, but Mark Dixon, just that consistency for him to keep you guys.
Yeah, he had a big night. I think there's one ball that maybe didn't fly the way he wanted, but those are phenomenal finesse kicks. You know, the ones he's kicking across the field, his boomerang kicks were gorgeous at the right time to pin him deep, and he bombed one and knocked it down at the 11 or something, wherever that one was. He's a terrific football player and a big weapon for us, and the defense really counts on that happening, the backed up situations that they get in, and he's a big factor.
How's their mood? You know, you told us what you think. How did they receive it, or what did you sense from them?
Pretty quiet right now, Greg. Really, you know, you guys don't have a whole lot to say right now. You know, Tyler sends us out, and Russ says something at the end, you know, and held himself accountable, you know, and you know, we're kind of together in this thing, you know. We're doing this whole thing together, and that's the way we've always done it, and counted on that relationship to be able to help us when times are tough, and to navigate when times, you know, can set us off, and you know, I feel like we're going to keep going. We don't have any other way to do it.
Would you continue to roll with Russ if he continues to look the way he does?
Yeah, he needs to make his plays when he gets his chances. I can't imagine that he won't. Can't imagine that he won't get it done.
How long, you said you'll keep striding, that's in your nature. How long can you keep doing that?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. Keep going.
Part of this process of staying together, everybody can accept what's happening, and then we have to build together. Is that when you say the team is not accepting the results?
I told him what I felt like. I didn't. How could I know? You know, I wouldn't know what they're feeling like right now. I just told them what I felt like, and I'm not going to accept the way this is going and affect me in any way, other than to keep on freaking battling and competing and taking the very next step I take, pointed at the very next opportunity, and make everything I can out of that. And I'm going to count on them going with me, and I know they will. So.
This third down has been such a problem for so long. What gives you confidence that it can turn in 13?
That we know how to do it, because we do them, we practice them, we're repping them, and guys are open, and when we get protection, the guys are open. Russ got to make his plays, but we also got to make the catches and all that and stuff. So we all just have to work together and carry it to the games. It's frustrating that it's not happening.
On kick returns, is that something you want to stick with for a while, or is it just?
We're just trying to give him a shot to do something. You know, we thought about that when we drafted him, and it's been so disjointed that we didn't have a chance to really see him earlier on. So we're just trying him out, and I'd like to see what it looks like on the film.
The offense continues to have to produce. Do you have to consider staff changes?
Like coming in, we're battling for the next day. Nice try again.
Anything else? Thank you.
So the answer is no.
Final closing.